Durdle Magic. Thank you for tuning in to Durdle Magic. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you like the content you see here today, and leave a like and share the video with someone you might think is interested. Leaving those likes really helps us out, but another way to help us out is by using our TCG Player affiliate link below. If you're looking for singles, sealed product, or gaming accessories, please consider using our link to support the channel. We also have some playmats at inkgaming.com. Go ahead and hit the link in the description to check those out. Alright, let's grab some spells and durdle with some magic. Hello everyone and welcome back to Durdle Magic and another episode of the Dice Bag, which... when the hell did I last do a Dice Bag video? Well then. Alright, so that was a little bit ago, just for reference, but today I wanted to come and talk to you about a card I'm excited about a little bit out of call time, and that is Colossal Plow, and I want to explain why, but first, let's go ahead and read the card here. For 2 mana, you get an artifact vehicle that is a 6/3 that has whenever it attacks, add white, white, white to your mana pool and you gain 3 life. Until end of turn, you don't lose the mana as steps and phases end. And then we have the really bad part of Crew 6. So let's go over the card, maybe find a use for it. That's admittedly going to be a little bit hard, but I do have some suggestions if you can use it. And then we'll talk about the really exciting part of the card, at least I think so, and you can let me know if you agree. Let's get started with what can we do when we attack. Well, there's Boast from Keldheim. Admittedly, there's not a lot of good Boast cards, and I don't think any of them are in white, unfortunately. So you can get a 1/1 counter on this person over here, the X-God Bagrat. Yay. Otherwise, it does combo with the Giant Ox, which is a flavor win, but Crew 6 is a lot. I mean, what are we going to do? Crew it with our Sun Titan? Yeah, I don't think so. Then we have some older cards with some Untapped abilities, mostly from Shadowmoor. So Order of Lightclay can get us back something Titan-esque style if we pay for it, but it only crews for 1 because it doesn't do toughness like the Ox, it does power, as normal crewing does. And then we have Pale Wayfarer, which is closer, and target creature gains protection from a color of our choice till end of turn, but for 4 mana, I mean, we could cast a spell with Rebound for 1 mana. So again, this is kind of a long shot. If they ever bring back Untap and it's much more powerful, I can see it working with this a little bit better. But again, Colossal Plow, attacking after it's crewed, you get that mana, you can use it for these abilities, so there is some synergy there, but again, Crew 6. Why did it have to be Crew 6? Let's take a look at some other newer cards. Akroma's Will. It has some potential. If we ignore the Crew 6, because I don't want to keep repeating that every time, because that is the major fault of this card in my opinion, we can use that mana, we just need 1 open, surprise our opponents potentially, as long as they don't know it's coming per se, even though we have to attack. I don't know. It could work. It would pay for 3 of the mana, and we could give our guys double strike and indestructibility and protection from colors and all this extra stuff until the end of turn. Yeah, for 1 mana, that's not terrible. Then we have something like a Kiriferios Voyager. I don't know how quiet would work. It does have white for the activation to make our guys indestructible, and we just drop an equipment off like some kind of, I don't know, flare. So it could work there too. I mean, it's not exactly equipment, but artifacts matter in red and white these days. And then we have cards with other activated abilities. For the Azorius Guildmage in particular, one of my favorite guild mages of all time because it can counter stuff, you can tap a target creature. Get it out of the way. Why not? And you get for essentially free and get some 3 life off of it. It's not terrible. Then we have something like Avacyn Guardian Angel. I doubt if most people even remember this card, unfortunately. It's a decent card if that last ability didn't cost 7, but then you do get to pay free for that top ability, basically. Plus you have 1 mana that you get till end of turn to prevent all damage that will be dealt to another target creature this turn by a source of a color of your choice. So that's not terrible, especially if you don't have to actually pay for it, per se. Then maybe some spicier cards would be Aggravated Assault. It costs 3 red to untap all your creatures and attack again. Hey, guess where we can get that 3 from? I see some potential there as a cross between red and white's supposed to have tertiary, secondary attack phases. We have yet to get that in white, so that's interesting, but there's some synergy there. Just need double red. I mean, if you're playing Nea, you get like what? Savage Vent Maw, and it already works. So, still, some potential. And then we have Angel of Condemnation. Sink that mana into an activation after an attack. It itself has Vigilance, get something out of the way. And there you go. So, the Colossal Plow has a lot of potential on the top side, but that Crew 6, again, is just a giant pain in the butt. So, to conclude this rather short video, talking about Colossal Plow, what I like about the card is the first ability. Whenever it attacks, you add white, white, white to your mana pool and gain 3 life. Until the end of turn, you don't lose as mana steps and phases end. This is something we often see in, like, green. And they're right next to each other, so I don't know why they can't share that ability. Plus, it has to do with cultivating the land, which is a very white thing to do, because white wants things in a certain way, in a certain structure. It wants to maintain kind of the status quo for the betterment of the community, right? And that can be anything from protecting the community from, I don't know, a monster in the forest, to tyrannical oppression, where you want to maintain the status quo so you have power. And that leans more into the black side of things, but white can certainly do this. It's not, you know, something that black exclusively does. Black is more individual, white is more community. And they honestly would think they're doing it for the betterment of the community, right? So in between there, we have the cultivating of the land to support the greater number rather than the individual plow. Crew 6 is where everything falls apart. It's a 2-drop that's a 6/3 essentially, sort of. And you can, I guess, animate it or something with other spells and abilities, but Crew 6 is definitely where this falls apart. No one is going to crew this thing for the payback of 3 mana and 3 life. It's just not going to happen. No one is going to tap an Angel to put into this thing. No one's going to tap a Sun Titan. I mean, maybe if you have an obtuse amount of tokens and need some extra mana, that'd be like the only way I can see us ever really working out. Now, what has me excited about this card is the fact that this is something, while it's an artifact, is something technically white is getting. It attacks, it creates mana, you gain some life, and you don't lose that mana until the end of your turn. It still keeps its sorcery speed. It still keeps it vulnerable, because, I mean, white can't just have mana. It's not in their color pie. Let me be clear here. I don't think white should just get, like, straight up ramp. Yes, I think it should be able to get more, you know, like plains cards out of the deck, because that's the thing it does. But I don't think it should get straight ramp. But this, white's usually an aggressive color or a stacks color or a rule setting color, and people don't like when you can't play Magic a lot of the time, especially in more casual environments. So this is a perfect solution to white at the time, in our time now, in Magic, for white, to get mana on the attack. A lot of white decks tend to be either stacks, tax, or more aggressive. For the aggressive decks, this will be a huge boon for them, especially if they're using equipment to be Tron or something, or a Boros deck, like we said, a Kiri, or maybe Aggravated Assault. This has me really excited, because if they do give it to white, it certainly feels white, the flavor is white. I mean, red gets it based on the damage it can do, so why can't white get it for, like, I don't know, inspiring their soldiers in arms to charge into battle, you know? That's totally a white thing to do. I mean, red gets rituals. White isn't. White's more of the organized religion kind of color. So they could also work something in there. But I don't know, it has me really excited. Now, if you go and watch the box opening from Gavin Verhey on Good Morning Magic, in the one specifically for the Magic draft box, the regular draft box, at exactly 2 hours and 10 minutes, he says that RI on the Council of Colors, I'm sorry if I got that name a little bit wrong, that we will finally start seeing the fruits of his labor and the people who represent Y on the council, I guess. I don't know if it's more than like 5 people per se, in Strixhaven. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of this. Anyway, that's all I have for you on this video. Bit of a short one today. Well, we at maybe 9.5 minutes, 10 minutes by the end. So let me know what you think about Colossal Plow, because, yeah, the card is not going to be played just about anywhere. But I think for white in particular, it has something going for it. I'm really hoping they do more of this in the future as we encroach ourselves upon Strixhaven, where we may finally see, as Gavin Verhey pointed out, the fruits of the labor of RA on the Council of Colors for white. What do you think? What do you think we could get? I mean, I'm pretty stoked if they add some more of the plow effects, but on like creatures we'd actually use, even in like, especially in Commander, since I cover Commander, but in other formats maybe too. Like you attack with a 3/3 or something, you get 1 white mana. I mean, that could be huge potentially for white, at least at the moment. Anyway, let me know again your thoughts in the comments below. Stay safe, have a good day, and I'll see you for the next video on the channel.